But, this marriage is not bringing out the best in me. And I have finally found my worth, and I know that I deserve to be happy. I know I deserve for somebody to be happy when they see me and to celebrate me. And it's not doing it for me. It's bringing out the worst in me.
She and my dad get up at 5:45 every morning and do a dance workout at 7, like clockwork, every morning.
Bianca Lawson, who is often described as part of Beyoncé's extended family through marriage, has finally spoken up, and her comments have people paying close attention. Instead of staying quiet like she has for years, she's reportedly making it clear that there is serious tension behind the scenes. That alone has sparked a fresh wave of conversation, with many people wondering what really happened between her and the Knowles family. For a long time, people have noticed that Bianca rarely appeared alongside the Knowles family at public events or in family photos. That led to years of speculation that something wasn't adding up. While no one outside the family knows the full story, the distance has been obvious enough to keep fans talking. Every time a new interview or public appearance happened, the questions came right back, and the rumors only grew even bigger. According to these claims, Bianca had a front-row seat to years of complicated family situations and believes certain public stories did not reflect everything that was happening behind closed doors. She has reportedly watched disagreements play out in ways she strongly disagreed with, especially when it came to her father, Richard Lawson. Because of that, she has continued to stand firmly by his side and has made it clear she supports him through the difficult moments. Bianca is reportedly pushing back against the public version of events surrounding the divorce. She believes her father was unable to fully share his perspective and says there were agreements that limited what could be discussed publicly. These are claims that have circulated online and have not been independently confirmed. Even so, supporters believe there may be another side to the story, while others feel it's important to wait for verified facts before jumping to conclusions. Either way, the renewed attention has people watching closely to see whether any new information will come to light. But the conversation didn't stop with the family disagreements. According to online speculation, some people also believe there was personal distance between Bianca and Beyonce behind the scenes. None of these claims have been confirmed, but they have continued to spark discussion as fans look back at old interviews and public appearances for possible clues. In the beginning, when Tina Knowles and Richard Lawson were married, Bianca appeared supportive of their relationship. In interviews, she spoke positively about their bond, describing them as a couple who seemed happy together and shared a strong connection. From the outside, everything looked peaceful, and there was little reason for people to think there was any major tension within the blended family. For many people in the entertainment world, becoming connected to one of the biggest music stars on the planet would sound like an unbelievable opportunity. Beyoncé has spent years building a legendary career, earning worldwide recognition and becoming one of the most respected performers in the industry. It's no surprise that countless celebrities have expressed excitement about meeting her or working with her over the years.
Okay, well, you're connected, obviously, with Beyonce and Solange. They're your stepsister? Yes. So I have to ask you, if you are trapped on a desert island, what album are you taking? Lemonade or Seat at the Table?
Oh my God, that's fair.
I have to ask.
I'm taking both.
Amazing.
I'm taking both. I'm not
So there's a different love for each one of them. They are super different.
They are very super different, but both extraordinary and iconic.
Whenever Bianca was asked about Beyonce or Solange in interviews, she kept her answers respectful and focused on their accomplishments. She often praised their dedication to their careers, their hard work, and the success they had earned. Rather than feeding into rumors or creating unnecessary drama, she consistently highlighted their professionalism and the effort they put into everything they do. One interview in particular caught people's attention when the interviewer tried to put Bianca in an awkward position by asking her to choose between Beyoncé's music and Solange's music. Instead of taking the bait or creating controversy, Bianca handled the question carefully and avoided turning it into a competition. Her response showed she wasn't interested in stirring up headlines, even when the conversation could have easily gone in that direction. Looking back now, many fans have revisited moments like that, wondering if there were subtle signs of distance all along, while others believe she was simply being respectful and professional. Bianca has been working in the entertainment industry since she was a child, so she's no stranger to tough interview questions or unexpected moments. Over the years, she's built a reputation for staying calm, choosing her words carefully, and giving thoughtful, media-friendly answers instead of creating unnecessary headlines. Even when conversations could have turned dramatic, she usually kept things respectful and professional. When Tina Knowles and Richard Lawson got married in 2015, both Bianca and Beyonce attended the wedding. During the years that followed, they were occasionally seen acknowledging each other at family gatherings and public events. While they didn't often appear together, there were moments where they interacted politely, leading many people to believe they maintained a respectful relationship, even if they largely kept their lives separate. In 2021, Bianca received an Ivy Park gift package from Beyoncé's clothing brand. At the time, many people saw it as a kind gesture, while others pointed out that similar promotional packages were also sent to a wide range of celebrities as part of the brand's marketing campaign. Because of that, fans have debated whether the gift reflected a personal connection or was simply part of a broader promotional rollout. Around the same period, Tina Knowles publicly referred to Bianca as one of her bonus daughters, a comment that many people viewed as a warm and supportive family gesture. By the time Richard Lawson and Tina Knowles finalized their divorce in 2024, many fans started looking back at the family's history with fresh eyes. Their relationship reportedly stretched back more than 30 years before they eventually got married, which naturally led people to wonder how everyone fit into the picture long before the wedding. Since their families had known each other for so long, many assumed there had likely been opportunities for Bianca and Beyonce to cross paths well before they officially became part of the same extended family. Even with that shared history, the two rarely appeared in public. Over the years, fans noticed there weren't many photos, interviews, or public moments featuring them side by side. That observation fueled plenty of online theories, although no one outside the family knows exactly what their relationship has been like behind the scenes. After the divorce, those conversations only became louder as people tried to connect different moments from the past. As often happens with high-profile families, social media quickly filled with speculation. Online users began searching through old interviews, public appearances, and news reports, trying to piece together their own timeline. Some believe there had likely been personal disagreements somewhere along the way, while others argued that the distance could simply reflect two busy people living separate lives. At this point, those ideas remain fan theories rather than established facts, but they continue to generate discussion. One story that frequently resurfaced involved comments Tiffany Haddish made about an awards event. She described an interaction involving Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and an unnamed actress, but she did not publicly identify the person she was referring to. According to the story she shared, Beyoncé noticed the interaction and later said, "Jay, come here," before the two stepped away to speak privately. The account quickly spread across entertainment news and social media, leading to widespread speculation about who the unnamed actress might have been. However, the identity of that person has never been officially confirmed, and many of the rumors that followed were based on online guesses rather than verified information. Even years later, people still bring up the story whenever discussions about celebrity relationships and public rumors come up. The story continued when Tiffany Haddish recalls someone reacting with surprise and saying, "Can you believe this person just bit Beyonce?" The moment quickly became one of those celebrity stories that spread everywhere online. Tiffany later shared that she asked Beyonce about it and even wanted to step in on her behalf. According to Tiffany's version of events, Beyonce encouraged everyone to let the situation go instead of making it into a bigger public issue. Tiffany also suggested that the woman involved may not have been acting like herself that evening. That comment led to even more speculation, but because no names were confirmed at the time, the internet immediately started trying to solve the mystery on its own. Before long, social media was filled with guesses, theories, and endless debates about who the unnamed actress could have been. As with many celebrity stories, the rumors quickly grew far beyond the original account.
It does take an ego check, and you happen to be standing next to the brightest light on planet Earth. Like, you think Big Boy from Outkast has it tough being next to Andre. You're with Beyonce, and not only did you not fight it, it seems like you really loved the position that you were in and took it seriously. And
Here's the thing. Light attracts light. I am light. So I am a beautiful brown shining light. So I don't think anybody's light dims anyone else's. I think that when other people start to compare you,
I think that that's when it shows how dim they are.
Many people took Beyoncé's response as a sign that she preferred to avoid unnecessary public conflict. Rather than encouraging more attention on the incident, she reportedly chose to move forward and not let the moment become an even bigger headline. That decision surprised a lot of fans, especially since stories like this often end up dominating entertainment news for weeks. The first celebrity many online users guessed was Sanaa Lathan. She quickly responded to the rumors with humor, writing, "Y'all are so funny. Under no circumstances did I bite Beyoncé, and if I did, it would have been a love bite." Her lighthearted response was widely shared, and many people appreciated that she addressed the speculation directly while making it clear she was denying the claim. After that, attention shifted to Sarah Foster, who also denied being involved. She joked, "Flattering that anyone thinks I could get this close to Beyoncé." Her response added another memorable moment to the story, but it also highlighted how quickly online speculation can pull people into conversations without any confirmed evidence. Eventually, Richard Lawson also weighed in, encouraging people to stop focusing on guessing who was involved and instead move on from the rumor altogether. Even today, the story's remembered more for the internet's endless guessing game than for any verified conclusion. Richard Lawson publicly dismissed the entire story, calling it nonsense and suggesting people were giving far too much attention to an unverified rumor. That caught many fans off guard because celebrity gossip comes and goes all the time, yet this was one of the rare occasions where he chose to comment directly. His response immediately became part of the conversation, with people wondering why he felt this particular story deserved an answer. Not long after, online rumor pages and anonymous posts started pushing new theories about who might have been involved. None of those claims were ever verified, and no reliable evidence confirmed the identity of the unnamed person. Even so, the speculation spread quickly across social media, with different names appearing almost every day before being replaced by another theory. It's a reminder of how fast online rumors can grow, even without solid proof. Another topic that frequently comes up is what it might be like to be connected to someone as globally famous as Beyoncé. Whether it's family members, friends, or fellow entertainers, people often compare them to her, even when they're building careers of their own. That constant comparison can easily become the focus of interviews and headlines, regardless of what the other person is actually promoting. Fans often point to artists like Kelly Rowland as an example. Kelly has built an accomplished career with major hits, successful projects, and a loyal fan base. Even so, interviewers have frequently asked her about Beyoncé, sometimes even when the conversation had nothing to do with her. Many people feel that this shows how difficult it can be to avoid comparisons when one of the biggest stars in the world is part of your story. That doesn't take away from anyone else's achievements. It simply highlights how powerful public perception can be and how quickly the spotlight can shape the conversation. For years, many fans believed Bianca Lawson worked hard to build a name based on her own accomplishments instead of simply being introduced through a famous family connection. After all, she has had a long and successful acting career, appearing in numerous television shows and films well before becoming connected to the Knowles family through marriage. Even so, public conversations often circle back to that family connection, something many people believe could become frustrating over time. The speculation doesn't stop there. Various online rumors have claimed that Bianca's relationship with members of the Knowles family became strained because of disagreements involving her father, Richard Lawson. These stories have circulated for years, but they remain unverified, and none of the people involved have publicly confirmed many of the claims. Still, the rumors continue to resurface whenever the family's history becomes a topic of discussion. Another claim that has been widely debated centers on the timeline of Richard Lawson's relationship with Tina Knowles. Tina has publicly said that their relationship began after her marriage to Matthew Knowles had ended. However, some online commentators have questioned that timeline, pointing to an old Instagram message from Richard in which he reflected on first meeting Tina. In the post, he wrote, "The thing that was so striking was that your beauty continued to be enhanced by your incredible heart, compassion, empathy, generosity, and philanthropy. You were pregnant with Beyoncé at the time and married, so my incredible attraction for you then could only live in my fantasy. That message has fueled plenty of discussion online, with different people interpreting it in different ways. Some see it as simply Richard recalling his admiration from many years earlier, while others have drawn broader conclusions. Regardless, the post itself does not confirm the rumors that have circulated, and much of the ongoing debate remains based on speculation rather than verified facts. Richard Lawson's old message has continued to spark debate online because some people have focused on the part where he described being attracted to Tina many years before they eventually became a couple. On its own, the post has been interpreted in different ways, with some seeing it as a reflection on the past and others reading much more into it. As a result, fans have continued discussing the timeline for years.
The type of man I wanted, I prayed for the type of man I wanted, and I got pretty much that. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. But, he has a lot of the qualities. He has a lot of the qualities that I love, and we're having a really good time, and I'm enjoying life. So there is hope, women.
The conversation became even bigger after David Lee Brewer, who has described himself as one of Beyoncé's former vocal coaches, shared his own account in a memoir. In the book, he claimed he witnessed important moments from that period of the family's life. Brewer wrote, "I soon discovered that although unhappily married, Celestine was not suffering all by herself. Going over to the main house to retrieve my keyboard one afternoon, I happened upon Celestine kissing a man. I recognized him immediately, Richard Lawson, a famous actor. The startled Celestine had no choice but to introduce me." These are Brewer's personal claims from his memoir and have been the subject of public discussion rather than established fact. Brewer also described the meeting as extremely awkward. According to his account, after greeting Richard and complimenting his work, Tina reportedly explained the situation by saying, "Richard is my cousin." Brewer included additional comments in his version of events, but those details have never been independently confirmed. Because of stories like these, online discussions have continued for years, with people offering very different interpretations of what may or may not have happened. Some believe the memoir adds context to the family's history, while others argue it represents only one person's perspective. Without independent confirmation from those involved, many of the claims remain part of ongoing public speculation rather than verified fact. When Richard Lawson and Tina Knowles married in 2015, many people expected the couple to enjoy a happy new chapter together after years of knowing one another. From the outside, everything appeared positive, but as time went on, fans began paying closer attention to their public interactions. After their divorce became official in 2024, some people revisited those moments and wondered whether there had been signs of tension that weren't obvious at the time. Several clips shared online sparked debate among viewers, with some fans feeling Tina occasionally came across as dismissive toward Richard during public appearances. Others completely disagreed, saying brief moments on camera don't tell the full story of a relationship. Because those clips were viewed in different ways, they became another source of discussion across social media rather than clear evidence of what was happening behind the scenes. One moment that especially caught attention involved an Instagram post from Tina where she wrote, "I believe any human being who thinks they are perfect or someone else could be perfect is delusional. I believe only God is perfect. What about you?" The message quickly generated mixed reactions. Some readers felt it was simply a general reflection about life and expectations, while others wondered if it was connected to the conversations surrounding her relationship. As those discussions grew, fans continued offering their own interpretations of the situation. Some believed Richard deserved more public support, while others felt it was unfair to draw conclusions based on isolated moments or social media posts. In the end, only the people directly involved know what their relationship was truly like, and much of the public conversation remains rooted in opinion and speculation rather than confirmed facts. Even so, the story continues to attract attention whenever people revisit the family's history. As more people started looking into the timeline, they noticed that Richard and Tina handled the end of their marriage in a surprisingly calm and respectful way in public. When news of the divorce became official, both emphasized that they still cared about each other and wanted to move forward with kindness. Even with those statements, that didn't stop fans from wondering if there was much more to the story than what had been shared publicly. What also caught people's attention was how carefully everyone close to the family seemed to speak afterward. Bianca continued keeping a relatively low profile. Richard avoided turning the situation into a public back and forth, and Tina stayed focused on her own projects. To some observers, that silence suggested everyone simply wanted privacy. Others believed it showed they were choosing not to discuss personal matters in front of the world. At the same time, social media users began revisiting old interviews, photos, and family appearances, searching for moments they might have overlooked. Simple interactions that once seemed completely ordinary were suddenly being analyzed from every angle. Some people felt they had uncovered hidden clues, while others argued that reading too much into old clips could easily create a story that wasn't actually there. One thing almost everyone could agree on was that blended family dynamics can be complicated, especially when every public appearance is watched by millions of people. Small moments can quickly become major headlines, and once speculation starts, it often takes on its own life. That made the next round of comments from people connected to the family even more closely watched than before. As fans continued putting the pieces together, another detail started getting attention. Bianca has always been known for keeping her personal life incredibly private. Unlike many people connected to famous families, she has rarely used interviews or social media to comment on personal relationships. Instead, she has spent most of her career letting her acting work speak for itself, which has only made people even more curious whenever her name comes up in conversations about the family. That quiet approach is one reason so many online theories have been built around what Bianca hasn't said, rather than what she actually has. A single public appearance, an interview, or even the absence of a family photo has sometimes been treated as proof of a much bigger story. In reality, those moments can be interpreted in many different ways, and there isn't enough verified information to confirm many of the claims that continue to circulate. Another interesting point is that Bianca's career has remained steady for decades. Long before the family connection became part of the public conversation, she had already established herself through roles in popular television series and films. Even with that impressive resume, interviewers have often steered conversations back towards her famous relatives instead of focusing on her own accomplishments. For some observers, that's exactly why the rumors have continued for so long. Every time Bianca chooses not to respond publicly, new theories seem to appear to fill the silence. Others see her decision differently, believing that staying quiet is simply her way of keeping personal matters separate from her professional life. Either way, that wasn't the only question people had about everything happening behind the scenes. There was another detail that caught people's attention. After Richard and Tina's divorce, many expected someone close to the family to eventually share more about what happened. Instead, very little was said publicly. That left plenty of room for speculation, with fans trying to piece together the story using old interviews, public statements, and social media posts. Even so, it's important to separate confirmed facts from online theories. While many claims have circulated about disagreements within the family, most have never been verified by those directly involved. Public figures often choose to keep personal matters private, and that can make ordinary situations seem more mysterious than they really are. For now, Bianca continues focusing on her acting career, while the questions surrounding the family's past remain unanswered, leaving people wondering whether anyone will ever decide to tell the full story. Looking at everything that's been discussed, it's easy to understand why so many fans have formed different opinions about the situation. Some people believe Bianca's loyalty has always been with her father, while others think the public simply doesn't know enough about what really happened behind closed doors. Since the people involved have shared very little, many of the stories circulating online remain speculation rather than confirmed fact. Some viewers have also looked back at Bianca's past interviews, including her appearance on The Real, and noticed how carefully she chose her words whenever the family came up. Rather than making dramatic statements, she mostly focused on respectful, measured answers. Because of that, people have interpreted those moments in very different ways, with some believing she was being cautious and others seeing nothing unusual at all. The truth is, only the people directly involved know the full story. Public appearances, interviews, and social media posts can only reveal so much, and it's impossible to know everything that happens in a family's private life. That's why it's always worth separating verified information from internet rumors while keeping an open mind as new details emerge. What do you think about everything that's been discussed? Have you heard any stories or rumors about Richard Lawson and Tina Knowles' marriage? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.